Hi friends, new and old. Welcome to your practice and welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a beginner-friendly Vinyasa flow, and it will really just give you the foundations for Vinyasa flow practice. And we will also be flowing today and moving to challenge your muscles and challenge your brain, and it will leave you feeling really, really good. So if you enjoy it at the end, like, comment, or subscribe if you're not subscribed already. But as always, I really love to hear what you think about the class, to know if you want more of these. So let me know what you think at the end. You don't need any equipment for today, but if you do have 2 blocks, I recommend having them handy just in case. And we're gonna get started at the front of the mat standing. So come on up if you're not up already. And come to the front of the mat. We stand tall. Look down, you want hip distance apart with your feet. So bring your feet all the way together. I'm gonna show you how to know if it's hip distance. Turn your feet out. So keep your heels together and turn your feet out wide. Then bring your heels to where your toes are. So that's about hip distance, right under the hip bones. Arms down by your side, stand tall. Imagine there's a string on the crown of your head, lengthening your head to the sky. And let's take a deep breath in together and breath out. Breathe in, feel your feet. Breathe out. And on your next inhale, reach your arms up and bring your hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach the arms up again. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Inhale, reach up and stay here on your exhale. We'll start with some side bends. So take your right arm down and your left arm up and over to the right side. You're not going as deep as you possibly can. There's still an element of lifting upwards, so I don't want you really falling into the right side too much. On your next inhale, reach your arms back up. Exhale, side bend to the left, right arm up and over. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Pause here with your arms in a goalpost or cactus position. Inhale. And exhale, twist to your right. So your hips stay facing forward. Keep breathing. You should feel this in your upper back. Your core is engaged. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, pause. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, release your arms down. Good. So we're gonna flow through that one more time, but instead a little quicker. So reach the arms up, inhale. And exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus, pause. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, pause here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, release. So that was some good shoulder work right there. Shake out those shoulders. Now we're gonna reach the arms up to the sky, inhale. And exhale, we're gonna swan dive forward. Bring your hands down to the ground. Make sure there's a slight bend of the knees. Good, keep breathing here and slide your feet out a little wider, like really almost as wide as the mat. And grab onto your elbows for ragdoll. So let your head hang and bend your knees. So no effort in the neck, and rock side to side. Release your hands down to the ground. Slide your feet back to hip distance. Place your hands on your shins. Don't lock out the knees. Keep them a little bent. And lift your spine up so that your back is a table, like a tabletop. Nice and flat, not rounded. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Keep your gaze at the front of your mat, not any further forward. Inhale. And exhale, bring your hands down and step back to plank. So you're in a plank position here, which means your legs are strong, your core is engaged, and your collarbones open forward. Inhale. Exhale, we'll go to down dog. So don't walk the hands back. Try to keep them in the same position. And you'll have a nice long down dog. Bend your knees a little and reach your tail to the sky. Down dog often feels really difficult at first when you're first starting out with yoga. And you wonder, how can people do this all the time? And then your body opens up, you get used to it, you learn the alignment, and becomes a very foundational pose in your practice. We'll shift forward to plank again. So inhale, plank, and then exhale back to down dog. When you go to down dog, your knees bend a little. Inhale, plank, your legs are straight. Exhale, down dog, knees are bent. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale, plank. We'll stay here in plank. Exhale, set your knees down on the ground. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Keep your hands right under your shoulders and lift up for a cobra. So you peel your chest away from the ground, you press the tops of your feet down, and you draw your shoulders back and down. Take another inhale here. And exhale, we'll go back to downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Inhale. And exhale, set your knees down to the ground again. So this time, tabletop. Your knees are right under your hips. Breathe here. Some cat-cows, which you might have done or heard of before. So as you inhale, you're going to drop your belly towards the ground and pull the shoulders back and open your chest. Exhale, we do the opposite. We push away from the ground, curl the spine, bring the chin in towards the chest. Again, inhale, we come into what we call cow, arching your back. And exhale, round, curl the spine. One more of each. Inhale, exhale. Come back into neutral. Tuck your toes if they're not tucked already and come into downward facing dog again. Now take little steps to the front of the mat, little tiptoe steps until you get all the way to the front of the mat again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Let's do that again just to really solidify that. Inhale, half lift. Now keep breathing here, keep breathing. Your fingertips can be on the ground. If you're a little tighter in those hamstrings, the hands might be on the shins so that you can really get your back flat. That's your half lift. Shift your weight a little into your toes. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand. Reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart. Arms down by your sides. Great job. Take a breath in and breath out. Okay, reach your arms up on your inhale and exhale, fold forward. So kind of repeating similar stuff to what we've already done. Inhale, half lift. Remember, back is flat. Exhale, bring your fingertips to the ground and step your left foot back into low lunge. Inhale. And exhale, set your knee down onto the ground. Good. Take a couple breaths here. It's a nice stretch through the hip flexors on the left leg. Now, if you feel comfortable, you'll reach your arms up for Anjaneyasana, which is a low lunge with your arms up and your knee down on the ground. Inhale. And on exhale, put your hands down to the ground to frame your foot. Slide your right foot over to the right and have your hands inside of your right foot now. This is called lizard lunge. Untuck your back toes. Slide your back leg back. If you're really short in your lizard, it doesn't feel too good at all. You really want a nice long lunge. Now let your right knee open up to the right a little bit more. If that hurts your knee at all, then just bring it right back in. And we just take a moment to settle into the hips here. Nice long breaths. Focus on your breathing. If we don't pay attention to the breath at all, then it's not so much yoga, it's just movement. The breath is important. Then we'll tuck the toes. Actually, you can keep the toes untucked. We're going to slide the right foot in between the hands. So you're in low lunge again. Now straighten out your right leg. And when you do that, then you want to slide your heel forward a little bit. So that way your hips are over your left knee, not too far back. You're framing your foot with your hands. If you have blocks, I highly recommend using them, putting them under your hands. They make a huge difference. If not, you're just fine. Keep your right foot flexed and lift your chest up as if there's a string attached to the center of your heart, the center of your chest, kind of gently pulling you forward and up. Kind of like when we're doing our half lift in our forward fold. Pull the right hip back and you're going to feel a big stretch through the back of the right leg and the hamstrings and the calf. 2 more breaths. All right, bend your right knee and come back into lunge. Lift your back knee, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Good, inhale, half lift again. And exhale, step your right foot back into low lunge. Set your knee down on the ground. You want to make sure your left knee is right above your left ankle. Once you feel like you have good positioning and good alignment, you can untuck your back toes if you're comfortable and reach your arms up. Now everything is optional. Everything we do today is optional. I encourage you to listen to your body and do what works for you. If anything hurts or your body says no, then modify or skip. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Now you're going to slide your left foot over to the left for lizard lunge like we did on the other side. Plant your hands. Slide your right leg as far back as you can and untuck your right toes. Let your left knee open to the left. If you like to sort of move around side to side, you can, or just be in stillness here. It's a great stretch for the right hip flexors and the outer left hip muscles. Good, now you'll slide your left foot in between your hands and we'll straighten out that left leg. So when you initially do this, you're too far back. See how my hips are too far back here? You want to slide your foot forward so that way your hip is right hip is right over the right knee. Lengthen the spine and flex your foot. When you lengthen, you're not necessarily cranking the neck up, right? Your neck is in line with the spine. You're lifting with your chest and your shoulders. Let the breath carry you through. Let the breath guide you into your body, out of the mind, into the body. One more breath. Good, bend your knee, come back into lunge. Lift your back knee up and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Breath in and out. This time, chair pose. So let's start with the hands at the heart. Feet are hip distance, and then you sit down. You don't want your knees to be over your toes, like I'm showing you here. You want to sit back and sit low. So stick your butt back, hands to your heart. Then if it's okay with your body, reach your arms up. You're here. You should be able to lift the toes in chair. That's how much weight is in your heels. For 3, 2, 1, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, step your left foot back into low lunge. All right, we're gonna rise up to high lunge, but first make sure that you separate your feet, your right foot, bring it to the right a little more, bring your left foot to the left a little more. Then rise up to high lunge. Reach your arms up. Stay where you are. I'm just gonna turn to face the other direction. Inhale. And on exhale, you're opening to warrior two. So put your hands on your hips, warrior two alignment. You want your right heel in line with the arch of your back foot. Your back toes generally are turned at an angle slightly forward. And then your torso is facing to the side. But your gaze is going to look over your right shoulder and your right fingertips as you extend your arm. Bend into your right knee. Flip your right palm. We'll go into reverse warrior. So just think of it as a side bend. So you kind of go back towards the back of the room, the back of the mat. Keep the bend in the front knee. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground into low lunge. Good. Plant your left hand and reach your right arm up. So you're in a lunge twist. Inhale. And exhale, put your hands down on the ground. Now step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Chair pose, you can either start with your hands at your heart or you can sweep the arms right up as you sit low into chair. Reach the arms straight as you can. For 3, 2, 1, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your right foot back. Move your left foot a little to the left, right foot maybe a little to the right. So you have a little bit of a wider stance. Rise up to high lunge. Your back heel is lifted. You're supporting yourself. I know it's a lot in the legs. That's okay. Your legs can handle it. Your legs are strong. Inhale. On exhale, we're opening to warrior two. Good. Put your hands on your hips just like we did on the other side. Line up your heels. It's helpful because I have a line on my mat. Just imagine you have a line if you don't have one. Then take your arms wide. Soften the shoulders. Gaze over your left fingertips. Flip your left palm, reverse warrior. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down into low lunge. Pause. Your back heel is lifted. Plant your right hand. Lift your left arm up. So you're twisting to the left. Reach with your left fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Chair pose again, Utkatasana. Let's go. Reach up, sit low for 3, 2, 1. Fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Inhale, rise up to high lunge. Stay here on your exhale. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Pause here. This time we're going to straighten the right leg and take triangle pose. So reach forward, put your right hand on your shin, and reach your left arm up to the sky. Try to keep engagement of your core so you're not dumping towards the ground. Beautiful. The rise back up to warrior two. Flip your right palm, reverse warrior. So we've done this before. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the ground and pause here. Plant your left hand. So we are repeating a little bit. Reach your right arm up. You're in your twist. Keep bending into your right knee. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down. Now, you're going to step your back foot up a little closer to your right and put the heel on the ground. Your left toes, your back toes turn out to the left a little bit, like a 45-degree angle. Both legs straighten. Blocks can be helpful here. If you can't straighten the legs all the way, that's fine. Lengthen your spine. Pull the right hip back a little bit so that your hips are squared. Breathe. Now we'll step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. One more time, we're moving through a standing sequence, so stay with me. Chair pose, get low. Last chair for 3, 2, 1, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your right foot back. Root down through your feet. Inhale, rise up to high lunge. Exhale, land here. We'll take another full round of breath. Inhale again. Exhale, warrior 2. So open to the right. This time we'll straighten the left leg. Reach forward. Make sure you're not locking out the left knee. There's always a micro bend. Put your left hand down and reach your right arm up. Expand through your chest. Get big. Take up space. Such an expansive pose. And rise back up to warrior 2. Flip your left palm, reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to low lunge. Plant your right hand. Remember your back heel is lifted. And open to lunge twist. Firm your back thigh when you're twisted. Like really engage the thigh. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down. And then step your right foot up and in a little bit. Set the heel down on the ground. Turn your right toes out to the right, 45-degree angle. Lengthen your spine and square the hips forward. Press down into your left big toe mound. Let the breath guide you. Let the breath carry you. And then we'll step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Again, we'll half lift here. And then step back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, set your knees down. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Good. We're gonna lift up for cobra again. Now, if you wanna go try up dog, you'll slide your hands a little further back. You'll lift your chest and then lift the hips and the thighs off of the ground. Inhale. And then to go to exhale, you tuck the toes and lift your hips up and back. Wonderful. Walk your hands back to the back of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, now I know I said before that we were doing one more standing sequence, but I realized that we have a little bit more standing, so bear with me. Arms down by your sides. Put your hands on your hips. We're gonna do tree pose. So you're going to ground down through your left foot and lift your right heel. And then put the right foot either inside of the, so you can start with it inside of the shin, or you can grab the foot and put it inside of your thigh. Now balance is a practice, and a lot of the times when we first start out, the balance is really hard and challenging, so don't worry about it. If you're falling over, it's okay. Just get right back up. So you stand tall and bring your hands to your heart. So notice if you're dumping into that hip, stand tall. Option to extend your arms. Tree pose represents being rooted like a tree, but you're receiving from the universe. Bring your hands back to your heart and release your leg. Good. Now you're going to root down through your right foot. Put your left foot inside of your shin or inside of your thigh. And then hands maybe to your heart if you feel comfortable. Stand tall through that right hip. Maybe reach your arms up. Bring your hands back to your heart and release your leg and arms down by your sides. Close your eyes and take a couple breaths. It's so amazing how we get to experience the body in this heightened state. And energy moving through us. All right, so you're at the back of the mat. Blink the eyes open. Reach your arms up again and fold forward again. So now you're pro at this halfway lift, and walk your hands all the way back out into plank. We're gonna go through a chaturanga once, just so we know it's pretty foundational for vinyasa. We're gonna put the knees down on the ground. Then shift forward, keep the elbows in. So when you go down, your elbows aren't going out like a push-up. The insides of your elbows are pointing forward. Then you're gonna lower down, bending the elbows, keeping them right by your ribs, touching your ribs, halfway to the ground, and then come back up. If you wanna try it without your knees, in regular plank, you can try that. Ready? Let's do it one more time. Lower down halfway and come back up into plank. Good. Set your knees down. Let's take child's pose. Feet together, knees wide, forehead on the earth. And then start to walk the hands back up. We'll transition into a seat. So swing those legs out in front of you and bring your feet together and your knees wide. And grab onto your feet. Imagine like the bottom of your feet imagine it's a book. And as you open up your feet, you're reading the book on the bottom of the feet. So lengthen and then hinge forward. Keep hinging, keep hinging. You want your back to be nice and flat and long. And then when you can't go any further, you can let your head round down a little bit. So you're stretching the back of the neck muscles as well. Take one more breath. From there, you'll rise all the way back up and take your legs out in front of you and lay down onto your back. Arms down by your sides. Feel your hips on the ground. Spread your toes. We'll set up for bridge pose. You want your heels to be right under your knees, your arms down by your sides, palms flat. And lift your hips up off the ground. Now see if you can get your shoulder blades a little closer together, so it's like you're sliding them together under your back. Lift those hips, engaging the glutes and the hamstrings. So the muscles on the backs of your legs you're engaging for 3, 2, 1. You lower back down. So it feels good to strengthen the back body, which we often don't do in our regular day-to-day movements. Let's windshield wiper the legs side to side. So you're going to take your feet as wide as the mat, and then just let your knees go side to side. This always feels good. And you bring your knees back up. And then let's hug the knees into the chest. Give them a little squeeze, rock side to side. You can feel your lower back pressing into the ground. And then take your arms out. Keep your knees where they are, but take your arms into a cactus shape and drop your knees to the left side and make sure that the knees are like up, like high, in line with your chest a little bit. So that way you get a nice deep rotation. As you inhale, you lengthen out and puff up the chest a little bit. And as you exhale, you soften to the earth and relax the muscles in the front of the neck. Bring your knees back up to center. Go slow. We're going to drop them all the way to the right side. Again, so their knees are pretty high up there. Inhale, the chest lifts. Excuse me. Exhale, twist to your left. Soften the shoulders to the ground. The left shoulder might not touch the ground yet. It's okay. And that's not necessarily the goal. Bring your knees back up to center. Squeeze them in. And then release your feet to the ground. We're going to go to Shavasana. If you don't know what that is, it means we do nothing. It means you release your legs. Your arms rest by your sides. You close your eyes. Let your hands and your heels be heavy. Take a breath in through your nose and out of your mouth. Let go. Let go of anything that you don't need to be holding on to in this moment. Inhale again. Exhale, a letting go. A sense of relief and release. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. Soft breath, in and out of the nose. In just a minute, I'll guide you back. Allow yourself to rest here. Let's begin to bring our awareness back to our bodies. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Open and close your hands. When you're ready, stretch your arms overhead and point your toes for a full body stretch, kind of like you're waking up in the morning, you're stretching. Roll over to the right side, or either side is fine. And reflect on the shift in energy from this practice. Reflect on how you feel now in your true self. Then press into the ground and sit all the way up into a seated position. Rest your hands on your knees. Bring the palms together at your heart, and we will bow together in gratitude for this practice. Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And I hope to see you next time in the next video. Keep practicing. Have a great day. I'll see you later.